Welcome everyone, I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and now that all of the film has been watched and all of the grades are in, it's time for the Football Game Plan Scouting 2018 NFL Draft Prospect Preview. Before we get started with our prospect rankings, here's how we gather our grades and what they actually mean. First, we watch a minimum of 3 full games on a player, a prospect's best game, his worst game, and the best or intriguing matchup. And second, we grade on 15 key points specific to the position to equal 100 points in total. Now, here's what the grades that you'll see by a prospect's name will actually mean. Prospects that earn grades in the 90s graded out as future NFL All-Pros. Prospects in the 80s are considered future Pro Bowl players. Grades in the 70s represent solid NFL starters, and grades in the 60s are players that we believe are spot starters in the NFL. And if you notice, we don't use the word reserve or backups because we personally feel as though that there are no such thing as backups in the NFL, only starters in waiting. So without further ado, let's kick off our prospect rankings by taking a look at our top 10.
Frank Ragnow of Arkansas graded out as my #1 center prospect in his draft class. What's impressive about his game is that his recovery and redirecting skills are top notch. If he's initially beaten off the snap, he's able to quickly reset his hands, feet, and also anchor to regain control of the situation to move a defender out of the way. He's also one of the more technically sound centers, in my opinion, in this draft class. Billy Price out of Ohio State is another premier option at this position. What makes Price so valuable is his versatility. He can play anywhere along the offensive interior and has tremendous footwork. He also spent time at guard and along the defensive line, which is why he completely understands hand usage and also leverage. He also has the elite level recognition skills and won't be fooled by many stunts or twists up front. Taking a look at the rest of the top 10, Jake Bennett of Colorado State and Brian Allen of Michigan State are very good athletes that have a track record of consistency within their game. Brad Lundblade of Oklahoma State was steady throughout the course of his career and had a solid week of practice at the East-West Shrine game. James Daniels out of Iowa can play guard or center, and he's the type of guy that if he gets his hands on you, that's a wrap for the defensive lineman on that particular play. And keep an eye on Joey Cooperman of Cal Poly. I thought he was phenomenal all week long at the Tropical Bowl this year in Daytona Beach, and has the movement skills you want to see from the center as he played in a triple option offense for the Mustangs. Alex Thompson of Monmouth is one of my favorite prospects in this draft class. He is another player that can play either guard or center. I was on the broadcast for the Bucknell game, and he went toe-to-toe with another NFL prospect and defensive tackle Abdullah Anderson, and Thompson had himself a day that evening in that ball game. He's an above-average athlete that can get out and around on run plays and has a superb core and functional strength to get movement within the running game. He's a name to store away as this process rolls on. Rounding out the list with players 11 through 13, Scott Keesenberry of UCLA was consistent up front for the Bruins and what was a very underrated offensive line in the Pac-12.
So that's a wrap for our 2018 FBGP Scouting Draft Prospect Preview. To see more of our individual scouting reports, follow us on Twitter at FBGP Scouting and bookmark the page footballgameplan.com/FBGP Scouting. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan, where you can get all of our scouting videos, mock drafts, and NFL draft prospect videos. And one more thing, subscribe to us on iTunes under Football Game Plan Podcast, where you can find the Scout Team Podcast, where we interview multiple NFL draft prospects.